All protocols observed. Dear mourners, in your respective capacities, I'd like to sincerely thank you for coming in these large numbers to condone with my family, my children, myself over the past few days. We will forever be indebted to you all for your love and kindness following the death of my beloved husband, the very great man, a man of unique qualities. Say it all. I can't tell you all, but he's the Major General, Paul Lokech. Paul and I have been married with 4 biological children. 5, I mean. Paul, my beloved husband, the very best man. Paul, my beloved, sweet darling, has been a kind, loving husband and a father. Despite his assignments that often render him to be away, he fulfilled all his obligations as the head of the family. There is no another day that he has not granted us all that we needed. This unique man, he doesn't only care for his family. My beloved husband, you cannot approach him and fail to get what you want. On account of the numerous duty calls, I cannot fail to thank the UPDF leadership for according him the opportunity to serve the country, which he did with diligence, pride, and honor. He made friends out there who became part of our family. Unlike most assignments, his recent appointment as Deputy IGP afforded us the opportunity to spend more time and quality family time with him. And that's the only time that I know I've been with my husband. If I can look back, I think I just sacrificed my husband for his duties. And he sacrificed himself to serve. But little did we know his life would be cut short in the morning of August 21st. And now I'm left without a husband. He left me. With that, I would like to request any of you, any who is indebted to my husband or is indebted, to let us know. So as we bid him farewell from the earthly world to the eternal world. Let me ask for forgiveness for any transgressions attributed to him. We should cherish all the moments we shared with him as a family, and I will miss him. I'll miss my daddy and his wise counsel. The Lord bless you all, and may your soul rest in peace. Major General, my husband, Paul Lokech.
Thank you.
Amen.
That's great. Thank you for being strong and delivering such a wonderful speech. Sorry.
Hello, can we give another round?
Book of First Thessalonians, chapter 4, verse 13 to 18. The coming of the Lord. Brothers, we do not want you to be ignorant about those who fall asleep or to grieve like the rest of men who have no hope. We believe that Jesus Christ died and rose again, and so we believe that God will bring Jesus, those who have fallen asleep in him. According to the Lord's own word, we tell you that we who are still alive, who are left till the coming of the Lord, will certainly not precede those who have fallen asleep. For the Lord himself will come down from heaven with a loud command, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet call of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first. After that, we who are still alive and are left will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so we will be with the Lord forevermore. Therefore, encourage each other with these words. This is the word of the Lord. My name is Winnie Anyango Lokech, and I am Major General Paul Lokech's oldest daughter. I welcome you all to our home. I thank you for loving Daddy and for being loyal to him even to this end. I will ask my siblings each to introduce themselves so you can know them. With Daddy, I was always the commander-in-chief, so I always go first, and then if I don't allow my siblings, I don't speak. So today I will allow them to introduce themselves, and then I will be back.
Thank you all for coming to be here with us. I am Nancy Akela Lokech, and I am Daddy's second daughter.
I greet you all. And I thank you for coming to stand in us in this moment of trial. My name is Lokech Robinson. I am Dad's eldest son. Thank you.
My little sister is preparing her poem, but I don't know if she's going to be able to gather herself together because she does spoken word. I will introduce them now so that when they come you can see them. Next, after Robin, is Lokech Emmanuel or Chen, and then Maria, the very little one, Daddy's star, is Lokech Mary Magdalene. Today morning when I woke up, I realized that it should have been my wedding day today. We shouldn't have been here with Daddy lying in state. But I am here to honor him. So, Daddy, my best friend, I will do the very best. Daddy wasn't sick. We spoke over on Friday at length. Daddy always said, Winnie, I never lower my guard. So I'm left with questions of whether you lowered your guard. Daddy's friends know that he always boasted of Winnie, and some of them never knew who Winnie was, but I am Winnie. I was his favorite. Mary is his star. Nancy, is his mother. Robin is everything exterior and interior. When you meet Robin, do not be ashamed to salute, because you will notice that he's exactly like Daddy. Emma is his protege, and Mommy was the center of his focus. He loved his family. He always said that everything he did, he was doing for us. Whether he went to war, whether he went to jungles for months. We love each other a lot. There were lots of jokes, always laughter, happiness, and we lived every day as if it was special. Daddy raised brilliant, brave, courageous, strong, beautiful, smart girls and warrior boys. He was a very humble man, and he loved his privacy. That is the sole reason why we honored him by keeping everybody out. Because it is now my responsibility to carry on his legacy. Everything he wanted, I will do. He was a humble man and he loved his privacy, but he believed in love and friendship. That if someone was your friend, there was always something they wouldn't do for you. So just like that, he was a friend to many. I've been hearing many stories over the days, but I will read this one. There were Cuban students that were stuck in Cuba. And they didn't know what to do, so they called a local chairman in the Lango sub-region. And they said, "Sir, we are about to die in Cuba." The LC said, "Wait a minute. I know somebody. I will call my friend." He called Daddy and said, "There are students stuck in Cuba and they do not know what to do." Daddy immediately wired money over to them. The student didn't know that it was Daddy who had sent him money. It was only when Daddy had gone to be with the Lord that the LC called him and said, "Hey, look a minute. It was that general that sent you money immediately." He did that for many. Dad was married to one woman, beautiful, Pauline Lokech, who he loved dearly. Mommy was never in luck. He was grateful that she had raised us while he went to military expeditions for months without communication. He didn't return home to shame, as he would call it. Mommy, Dad loved you, you loved him, and for that love never dies. Dad loved beyond his household. The Bible says that God is the father to the fatherless and the defender of widows. Dad took this literally. So I know that today there are widows that are mourning that they have lost another husband. Mrs. Kazini is over here. Mrs. Aronda, Mrs. Duku. I could go on, the list is endless. They all came and they were talking to me. And their children became our extended family. The children were showed, I don't know if Adventure is somewhere, it would be nice for him to wave. Dad would come home from a hectic day and shower, and it's like he's on a second shift, and he started to attend to us, his children. We would watch soccer. Daddy is a Liverpool fan. So we were forced to always sing, "We Will Never Walk Alone." I have since learned that not all men are equal. There are a few men, but then there is a great man, Major General Paul Lokech. While everyone knew him as Major General DIGP, or more commonly Lion of Mogadishu, we knew him simply as Daddy. We were always assured of his love. He didn't make it a secret that he loved us with every fiber of his being. Many said he would stop meetings just to take our calls. Some people have men, but ours was a father. He was Daddy. He dedicated his life to making us happy, providing beyond just school fees, a house, and food. He was always present. He was an educator. Two of his children, me and Nancy, I have a master's degree in law. Nancy has an MBA. And the rest will follow suit, like he always said. There is no mountain Daddy wouldn't move for our comfort. He He raised strong, confident, loving, and extremely humble children. Never did he or we be allowed to puff up by any of the positions that he held, like some do. Many today I know are shocked that he has children as old as we. Daddy, you were excellent. Every day I told myself I hope I marry a man like Dad. Everything, his smile, seriousness, love, hard work, and dedication. Now, Daddy, we carry your name on our shoulders, but be assured that every day we live now is legacy. You wondered how you would be remembered, but Daddy, we are your legacy. I thank you, Daddy. I thank you for loving Daddy. And now Maria will dedicate her poem to Daddy.
Everyone, my name is Mary Lokech. I was Daddy's last child. I wrote him a poem once, and he took it everywhere. He had it in his office, in his travel bag, and every time I met a friend of his, they would say, "Oh, you wrote your dad an amazing poem," and he won't stop talking about it. So here's the poem. My dad has the strength of a mountain, yet he has the purity of a water fountain. My dad has the wit of a clown, his jokes pull me up whenever I'm down. You see, my dad has the looks of a Hollywood star, and his voice sounds like the strings of a guitar. It was my father who taught me to value myself, and in everything I do them just like you. I've been watching every move you make and trying to take each step you take, but better. Although right now I am sort of small, when I'm with you, I feel 10 feet tall. Like you, I want to be brave and smart. I love you so much more than I can ever say. When I'm older, I'll be glad if I grow up to be just like Dad. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we will hand over to the MC.
Thank you. And other clergies, all the mourners in your respective capacities, in behalf of the family and in my own behalf, I'm going to say very few, because my sister-in-law has said it all. I don't want to dilute the beautiful message she has delivered. We are indeed terribly grieved because of the loss of our brother, our father, and Paul was everything to all of us. I had thought, or less I am, when I died, Paul was going to bury me, but it turned out the other way. And this made me terribly sad. In our culture, young people like you, I see in uniform here, shouldn't die. They should live long to bury their elders. When you die before the elders, we get lost. But the only thing that is consoling the family is your presence, your support. You have given us enormous support, and we are extremely grateful for your support. Thank you very much. Paul is not new to all of you. Everybody who is here. To many people in Mogadishu, where he fought some good wars. To people in Sudan. And here in Uganda. And the other day I said, Paul did a good job in the military and in the police who had death for him because he was fighting for peace. Paul was fighting for peace. By accident, he might step on innocent person. That would be truly by accident. Otherwise, All along, my brother has been going for war and was fighting for peace. I would ask you to remember Paul because of that. And now that he's gone, the family is still very young. We have senior military people here, senior police officers here, and other people in government, ministers, and so on. Problem, you will never say in your life that you will not have problems. You don't know where problem would come from. Problem can come from anywhere. If we find problem and we come to knock at your door, please welcome us, especially the children and the widow. Please welcome us. My brother got a very small accident from this house. My brother never went to hospital because all of us thought the incident was small and could be managed from home. But what we consider, or we thought was a small thing, turned out to be a very big thing. And by the time his doctor was trying to take him to hospital, it was too late. And he passed on from here. His doctor is here. I hope he will come and give us the report of the postmortem. Is already there? He's still with the police. We do not have any reason for blaming anybody. Because whether you live with what, believe that death is a mystery and it's controlled by God. Death is not controlled by anybody. It's controlled by God. You can find people with crushed legs. Like you would say this one is not going to wake up tomorrow. But the one whom you think is still strong would be dead in a few minutes' time. So that's the mystery of death. Thank you very much for coming to mourn with us. Those of you who will have time to come to Pade, you are most welcome and would appreciate your coming. Thank you.
If there are also other condolence messages to read, please hand them over to the Lieutenant Colonel. For those who have writs, please hand them over to the protocol. The laying of the wreath will take place during social distancing.